Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. Charles, good matchup here. A couple of playoff teams from a season ago.
And just think about how the NFL works, partner. 8 teams that made the playoffs the year before didn't make it last season. So there's always going to be parity in this league, and guys have to be ready to go. Just because you made it the year before doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get back again.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led onto the field by a man who needs no introduction, Ben Roethlisberger.
And when you just sit and look at the raw numbers, you actually kick back and nod in appreciation about the career Ben Roethlisberger has had. Went over 50,000 passing yards last year, 8th all-time. But what he wants more than anything, one more run at a Super Bowl where he's won twice previously.
Action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
First carry for James Conner. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Ryan. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Coming off being named All-Pro for the first time in his career, Cameron Hayward had 12 sacks in 2017, a career high. But it's not just that makes his game good. Yeah, he can rush the passer, but his biggest thing, handling the running game, both as a defensive end and as a tackle whenever they play in the sub or the nickel packages.
He may try and run for this. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now Ryan on second down. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a...
Dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage and then get on top of you in a heartbeat.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again, Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bud Dupree in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They start with a give to counter. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. So we've reached the end of a fairly even 1st quarter of play. 0-0 our score. More from the Steel City coming up after this. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Roethlisberger will hand to counter. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Roethlisberger will throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Falcons coming back onto the field here, and earlier we gave a dubious stat about Matt Ryan. How about a dubious team stat after that loss last week, Charles? Falcons first team since 1966 to score 36 points or more in back-to-back weeks and lose both games.
Well, that doesn't even make any sense because their head coach Dan Quinn, what's his background? Defense, and normally that comes out and shines for him, but they've had a lot of injuries on that side of the ball, lost some key personnel. Let's give them some good news, though. Julio Jones leading the league in yards with 502. No touchdowns, though. They've got to get him in the end zone. And the rookie, Calvin Ridley, leads the league in touchdowns with 6. That's pretty impressive.
It is interesting, though. Julio Jones on pace for 2,000 yards, but no scores. 3rd and 2. Now Ryan being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. So a minute 56 to play in this 1st half. Back to Heinz Field after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Flushed out right. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Hey, Tuesday.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now it's Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are in for 6.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Interesting nugget on the Steelers as their offense comes back out here. They had won 9 straight on Sunday night. Well, that run ended Week 4, lost to their division rivals, the Baltimore Ravens, Charles.
Yeah, not a particularly smooth game offensively for Pittsburgh. Normally, we see them operate like a high-end automobile and score a bunch of points. Ben Roethlisberger not quite connecting with his receivers, notably Antonio Brown, and that's really unusual. I can't believe this team is 1-2-1. I thought they would run away with the AFC North this year.
Upcoming games for them, home for Atlanta, then at Cincinnati before getting the bye week. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd and 5.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. Try to run it. This is Connor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Connor, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And the Falcons going to use another timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now it's Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Second and 10 now, Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now. Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Back to the air, Ryan after the pick six. He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan going up top. And that is incomplete. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession. A call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Flush to his right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Ryan. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no move by Dan Quinn to get the offense off the field. They're staying out there, and they're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. Going underneath, it's out of the 14-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Again, Ryan eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. This looks like a free play for Ryan. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand.
Offside, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. To throw again is Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive will start with Connor. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Again, it's Connor. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. All even as we get ready to start. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. They find some open field here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On second down, Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Time for a break. We'll see what all shakes out after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Connor might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. And on the stop, DeMonte Casey.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time.
And the Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set. 230.
Now it's Connor. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They run with Connor. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it really good about trying to bleed that clock down, in an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. Our game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say: get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers have won the game. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.